Hey, what's up you guys? Shartimus here, talking about a new Marvel Legend figure. I'm looking at the Target exclusive Ragnarok. Yeah, another Target exclusive. I did pre-order this a while ago. I like Ragnarok, especially from the Civil War storyline. He blew a hole right through Bill Foster. That was a devastating scene. And this is a clone cyborg created by Tony Stark. And his Mjolnir is not a real Mjolnir. It's like a robot, or it's a, remote control Mjolnir kind of thing. But anyway, packaging looks dope. Again, love Mike Deodato's artwork. On the back of the box, you can see a read-up over here. It says, using a lock of the missing Thor's hair, Tony Stark created a cybernetic doppelganger of the thunder god called Ragnarok. This would prove disastrous when the cyborg betrayed the mighty Avengers. Then on the top of the packaging, you get a spot-varnished Mjolnir, and not much more at the bottom. And if you're trying to get your non-Target exclusive Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And here's Ragnarok spinning on the rotating base with his spinning Mjolnir, or fake Mjolnir anyway. But yeah, that's the newest, coolest thing about this purchase right over here, and we have some other accessories to look at, so let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at the figure. So we get the two head sculpts, and we get this new spinning Mjolnir along with this reissued Mjolnir, and we have these interchangeable hands right here. This is brand new, and I like it. It looks really good. I don't remember seeing this from another figure. I like how the fingers look a little on the extra skinny side, and you can see the color variation. The paint looks really good over here. Really happy with this cybernetic hand. Yeah, there's a loss of detail on the hinge, but overall I'm really pleased with that, and we've seen this hand before. Nothing new with this guy right here. We've seen this Mjolnir before. Still looks really good with the inscription on there, very clear to read, and you could rotate this and you get the loopy right here. They did give this Ragnarok figure a new right hand. I know I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but it's a little bit weird to work with. It fits perfectly for this accessory right here, but not as well for the hammer, I guess, but you could get it in there just fine. It works okay. But one thing I liked about this little bit of a change right here is that it allows you to kind of get the loop grip down a little better with this figure. I guess I'm doing it upside down, but if you're clever with it, you can get this around his hand so it gets the flying pose down a little better, but it's not that much better. But anyway, this right here is freaking incredible. It's like Hasbro saw several other companies make this effect and thought, hey, I could do better than that. What are you guys doing? So, I mean, they really went all out. Look at all the extra hard plastic right here for the whooshing effect and everything. Every single one of these hammers right here is painted in great detail. And they all have the inscription in the black right there. So that comes out very, very, very clean. I really like the new texture detail that we're getting right here. With the strap and everything, you can see the stitching pattern in there. Even right over here, you can see all that detail. Man, this thing is incredible looking. Then on top of all that, it functions so well. It spins! Look at that spin, man. If you ever really wanted to get, a cool shot, you could spin it and then take a picture. I wouldn't be able to really pull that off, but man, that was so cool to see. That's the most realistic look that we would get for a real spinning Mjolnir. I love that. So here's the first of the two head sculpts. It's the same as the 80 years Thor head sculpt, but you can see that they've clearly changed things up by adding some white right here, or a cream white color right there, to the feathers on the head, which I think looks a little better. Well, in some ways it looks better. I do like that pearlescent sheen on the previous version. Do have some wicked marbling right over there on the head. That does bother me, but I gotta say, I do like that red for the eyes. That looks really good right over there, and it looks like we're getting some subtle color variation right here with those blonde locks. Yeah, but here's the head sculpt I was really looking forward to. We have the cybernetic head, and that looks great. You can see we get a little bit of a darker red for the center of that left eye. The teeth look really good. The side of the face is a bit covered right there. It's tricky to get light on that, but yeah, very, very nice color variation right there with the metallics. You can see this. Maybe you can see it a little better if I do this, right? Looks pretty good. Nice detail there. Too bad it's hidden, but still looks great. Seeing a little bit of the red bleeding onto the face right over here on the right side, so I am not the biggest fan of that. As far as the rest of the figure goes, I really wasn't expecting much of a difference from the 80 years Thor figure. You can see the belts have slightly different gold right over there. The flesh tone is just slightly different. The wraps on the ankles and everything, or for the calves, that looks weak compared to this. I like the original version a lot more with the black mixed in there. So this one's very bland looking right here. I don't like that at all. That bothers me. The capes, they look identical. You get black paint on this one. This one looks like it has a little bit of black paint in there too. It's definitely a lot more subtle. Then again, on this head sculpt, you have that color variation with the blonde hair too. So the articulation on this figure is the same as it was before, and you can get the head to look up even though he has a whole bunch of hair over there, but it will pop off on you. You can see that neck hinge, so he will look up just a little bit, but then it will pop off on you. You can move the head downward. Getting it to look side to side, you're going to have to kind of shift the hair over the sides of the cape, and it's going to kind of ruin things a little bit. So yeah, it gets tricky doing that. It's manageable. You can get some head tilting right there. Shoulders move up and outward that far, down all the way, rotate forward, rotate back. You get the bicep swivel. You don't get any pinless joints on this figure. You get the double jointed elbows right there. The new hand will turn side to side and hinge up and down. And when you swap the hands, be sure to not lose the little wristlet right over here. And then this has the horizontal hinge on this side. You get the diaphragm joint right there, crunches forward, crunches back, and then you do get good diaphragm pivoting. And I do feel like the joints on this figure, you get the waist cut right there. The joints overall are a bit more stiff on this one compared to the last version. Leg will not move back. The upper thigh cut was stuck on the left side for me. I had to heat that up. And then you get the double jointed knees, you get the calf rotation, ankles move down, up, and beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Ragnarok figure, you can see that it's standing a bit over 7 inches tall. And then for a size comparison, we have Ragnarok next to our 80 years Thor figure, and it's not really demonstrating so well, but see how he tilts over to the side like that? Super easy. I like that they kind of stiffened up that diaphragm joint over there. It doesn't tilt like that. Then to compare Ragnarok next to another Thor, we have Thor with the design that he had during the Civil War books. This is the Copiel inspired Thor figure from the Return of Marvel Legends. Then here's Ragnarok next to a couple other key Ragnarok characters. We have Bill Foster from the Marvel Universe line. I hope Marvel Legends gives us a new Goliath Bill Foster figure. I wish we could get a whole bunch of other cool giant figures from Hasbro. Hopefully after that Ant-Man 3 movie comes out, we'll get a whole bunch around that time. That's what I'm speculating anyway. Whole mess of giant figures. And here's Ragnarok next to his papa. We have the Invincible Iron Man from Marvel Legends, which I think Hasbro could remake. I would like to have an updated Iron Man figure with this armor, right? And speaking of updated armors, here's the most recent Iron Man figure. You can see that the red and gold is a lot more shiny than it is on this newer figure right over here. Then here's Ragnarok next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Why can't you put the hammer down? Could you please put it? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, show some love to the channel by simply clicking that like button. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. Hope you guys enjoy the changes I'm trying to make to the channel. And if you want to support this content, go ahead and click that join button down below. And this figure is not going to be for everybody. I think for those that didn't read Civil War or don't care to add a new character to the shelf, you may not want this, you know, and it looks really good compared to the 80 years Thor figure. They're definitely comparable. It's not like I'm seeing things with this figure like, oh man, I really wish they did this on the 80 years Thor figure. Nah, you could skip this one and enjoy your 80 years Thor figure just fine. But for me, wanting this character on the shelf, on the display, getting it in plastic form, it's something that I've wanted. Even though I know it's mostly all reused stuff, I'm happy with the new stuff that have come with the figure, and I really like that spinning Mjolnir. That is really, really cool. So yeah, deluxe figure for me, this is worth it at the price point around I think it was around 35 bucks. I'm gonna give this Ragnarok figure a Sud rating of I love it! And I'd like to know what you guys think. I can't really think of anything they could have done to make this figure a whole lot better. I guess brand new pinless joints throughout would have been cool, but I wasn't expecting that going into it with this figure. I got what I expected, and I'm happy with it. So I'd like to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. If you want to see the latest Marvel news, you can find it all over at marvelousnews.com. And if you want to stay in touch with me on social media, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, and whatnot every Thursday at 6 p.m. And I will catch you guys later. Peace!
crispy.
Thor that we saw. Bleh. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.